Who's to blame? Couldn't possibly be you now, could it? So I was having a discussion with a friend of mine today, and we're talking about a program we have been working through. And it brought to light a little something that has been kind of squirreling away in the back of my head. And if we're fully being honest on it, we have not been truly happy with what has been delivered. But it made me think about this. And the question on who's to blame in the situation when things don't work, when, promises aren't fulfilled. Who's to blame? Who cops the blame when you've been told that you'll receive this X outcome, that this will happen? And there's been a few people in the program who have been like, well, the coach isn't delivering what they said they would. And I had to take a step back and truly think about myself and what I'm doing. And one of my core principles is extreme ownership. And it comes back to that one of how you do anything is how you do everything. So in all situations, you have to take the blame. You have to take ownership of what is transpiring, of what is going on. You have to be the one to go, did I do everything in my power? And we've spoken about extreme ownership before. But it truly is this concept of, did you give it all? Did you do everything that could be done? And I sat back and went, no. Resounding fucking no. I have not done everything possible to achieve the results. I have to take ownership of that. Regardless of what I feel about the program, regardless of what I feel in the situation, if I haven't done the work, if I haven't given it my all, if I haven't done everything that was given to me at the highest possible level, then the burden is on me. And over the years, I've been in many different programs, relating to fitness, to business, to all these kinds of things. And what I noticed most frequently was that probably the bottom 20 to 40% wouldn't get results unless it was truly a slam dunk, easy conversion kind of thing. And then there'd be another, we'll call it 40%, who would get okay results. And then another 10% who would get good results. And then you'd have the top 10%, potentially even less, down to the top 1%, who would get staggering results. And over the years, what I realized was that the people who got those incredible results were the ones who did everything. Not only did they do everything, they executed quickly. They went all in, did whatever was asked of them, whatever was required, and did it as fast as humanly possible. And this is the difference. And when I was looking back at it, yeah, I would have liked to have seen a bit more accountability, a bit more support, all these kinds of things. But at the same fucking point, I'd been given things that I haven't done. I haven't started yet. I was just asking for the next thing. Instead of being like, okay, what can I be doing? What should I be doing? Have I done all the work? Have I executed at the highest possible level? And the answer was no. As I said to you, no, I have not. So at this point, I have to take extreme ownership. And that's what I said to my friend. I was like, they were considering quitting the program. And I was like, no, I need to take ownership. And it led me to a bigger thing of what I'm doing with 126 overall. So, I said to them, I was like, for the next 3 weeks, I am all fucking in. I'm going to go back through everything that they have ever given me, every task that they gave me, big, small, or otherwise, and I am going to complete it. Not only am I going to complete it, I am going to do it to the absolute best of my ability. I'm going to give it my fucking all, so that if at the end of that, I still have not made the progress, I can make an honest assessment and go, yeah, I did everything humanly possible on my end, and it didn't work. And that's okay. But at least I did my all. And it comes back to that concept I spoke about this the other day. Doing your best is an actually really sound bit of advice and parenting and all that kind of stuff. The problem is it's been bastardized into, it doesn't matter about what the results are or anything like this as long as you fucking tried. No, you need to actually go out there and work your fucking ass off. And you need to be concerned about winning and losing. Winning needs to matter to you, but you can't always control the full outcomes. All you can control is that you give everything you have. And as long as you've done that, then you can go to bed happy and satisfied with yourself, with that effort, with that everything that you've given to it. And that's what that is about. And that's what I need to do on this. But the furthermore is, I'm about to complete phase 1 of 126. I'm instantly rolling into phase 2. And I've had a few people already being like, why the fuck? Aren't you going to celebrate? Aren't you going to have a day off? Aren't you going to take a break? And I was like, fuck no. That momentum is rolling. Why would I fuck with it while it is rolling? This is actually my chance to double down, to go harder, to find more, to push deeper, to see what I am truly capable of. Phase 1 was about figuring out where the line was, about building those habits, seeing what I was capable of. Phase 2 is about refining that process, going deeper, and seeing what the next evolution of me is, of what is truly possible if I go all fucking in on myself. I've cut away a lot of the shit, but it's time to go further. And I was listening to a podcast by Alex Hormozy, and he spoke about this. He was like, people talk about procrastination and about how they procrastinate too much. And he's like, one of the harshest things that you can do and will produce incredible results is if you remove all options. And he's like, instead of creating a to-do list, create a sacrifice list. What am I willing to sacrifice for this goal? What am I willing to give up to become this version of myself? And he's like, when you do that, you find out 2 things. One, you discover who you truly are and what truly fucking matters to you. Because if everything and anything isn't the answer on that list, you quickly learn how important those sets of goals are to you. Secondly, if you remove all distractions, if everything else has been removed and you have sacrificed all forms of distraction, dopamine chasing, instant gratification, all that kind of stuff, all that is left is to do the work. So you can't procrastinate. You can't do those kinds of things because you've given it all up. There is only the work left. And it's a fucking daunting motherfucking task. And yet I'm like, there is beauty and power in doing that. And not gonna lie, I'm scared and daunted by this. I've started creating what am I willing to sacrifice list. And I'm daunted by this concept because it is one that has things involved in it that are going to challenge me to my core. And yet, at the same point, I am 100% aware that if I do this, that if I go all in on this, the amount of levels that I will level up is astronomical. I will know well and truly at the end of this 126 days whether my dreams and my ambitions are even possible. And look, it'll probably mean that I'm going to have to double down and double down and double down. I might have to live like this for a couple of years. Because I have big motherfucking ambitions. Huge ones. Ones that make people laugh. But I'll know if I'm capable of achieving them at the end of this 126 days. Because I mean it. Like, I am removing all distractions for the next 126 days. This is my first declaration, and I'll make a proper one outlining everything. But means no TV, means no social media scrolling, it means no dopamine chasing, it means no spending money on frivolous things, it means no junk food. Not that I eat junk food, but like even the loopholes. I'm honestly considering removing my frozen fruit. It means no food after 5 p.m. It means absolutely everything. And basically my whole life will be my family, my work, and working out. And I prefaced this to one friend already, and they were like, what about balance? And I was like, what about fucking balance? This isn't about living a balanced life. This is about highlighting my priorities. It's about highlighting what manifests into my physical reality. It's about showing what truly is important to me. And those are the three things that are important to me. They are my highest priorities. My family, my work, and my legacy to leave behind, to provide for my family, and my physical capacity for my family. You noticing there's a little bit of a trend on this one? So, yeah, it doesn't need balance. There will still be fun and there will still be enjoyment in other areas, but none of these things that I'm sacrificing are actually important. None of these things actually deliver a value into my life. None of these things produce anything of note. They are dopamine chasing of the highest order. They are just literally that, to sedate, to run away from, I don't know, who knows what. And most of it, I think, is just habitual more than anything. You know, we're just in this habit of, we whip out our phone and we scroll social media. You know, we get to the end of the day and we watch TV. You know, yeah, my snacks, even though my treat snacks are frozen berries, but I've abused the shit out of that. Like, last night I had 1.5 kilos of frozen fruit. Yes, I'm still progressing into great fucking shape. I am in better shape than I was 126 days ago, but I want to be in fucking phenomenal shape. I want to take this to a level that is unprecedented for myself. I want to reach a whole new level for this. I also just want to see if I'm capable of it. Part of it's also that I want to test my level of discipline to figure out how far I can take this. You know, so there are other things on this that make me uncomfortable. Like, so I wrote a sacrifice list, I wrote an uncomfortable list, and I wrote a goal list for it. And as I said, I will fully document it, but I need to sit down and have it fully fleshed out, and I'll sit down with it all in front of me. But things that make me uncomfortable, I'm going to give up caffeine. And for those who know, that's a tall fucking order. But again, it's about how far can I take this discipline? How far can I push myself? How far can I separate myself from mediocrity, from average, from all these kinds of things? How far can I take it? You know? And for a lot of people, it depends on where your level is. Like, I haven't had a drink for, at the end of this week, it'll be 126 days. That hasn't fazed me in the fucking slightest. But the idea of giving up caffeine is just, that is a daunting motherfucking thing. That's one of those ones where I'm like, oh shit, can I actually do that? Because at my height of caffeine addiction, I was on between 2 and 4 monsters, sugar-free monsters a day, 6 to 10 cups of coffee, and 6 Dexies. Granted, it's nowhere near that now, but it's still way, way higher than it should be. Like, and as I said, one of my goals is to live to 120. I am well aware that absolutely thrashing my body with that level of caffeine is not good for me, is not the answer. And so I need to curb it back. And like alcohol, like junk food, like those kinds of things, it doesn't mean I'm never going to participate again. But I need to establish that willpower that I am the one in motherfucking control. They aren't control over me. And I firmly believe that a lot of these things are addictions. They are habitual addictions, but they're addictions nonetheless. I am addicted to caffeine. I am addicted to social media. I'm addicted to TV. I'm addicted to those little bits of sedation. And I am way more aware than the average person, and it still fucks with me. So this next 126 days, which, if my calculations are correct, which is questionable, will take me to the end of the year. So I'm going to close out this year seeing if I can become the most disciplined version of myself to date. I want to see what is truly possible when not just physically, not just mentally, not just emotionally, but in all fucking areas of my life, I go all in. As I said, one of the lists is my uncomfortable list. I am choosing things that are going to make me uncomfortable. Just the thought of them, as I said with the caffeine, are making me uncomfortable. Another one is budgeting. It is not one of my strong points, and it's not something I want to face. It's not something I want to deal with. And yet it needs to be something like that needs to be faced. It needs to be faced head on. So that is part of it, because I have bigger fucking aspirations. And I need to go all in. I firmly believe that I can achieve my dreams. I firmly fucking believe that I can achieve those audacious goals. So here's the test. Here's the test of if that's all fucking talk, or I'm actually going to back it up. If I'm actually going to go all in. So yeah, balance is going out the fucking window. But at the same point, as I said to you, what's the point of that balance? That's just dopamine chasing. It's not that I'm not going to have fun. It's not that I'm not going to do things that I enjoy, that I'm not going to do things that are relaxing. I'm just sacrificing all the things that don't serve me. My relaxing time will be the time with the family. It will be doing adventures and fun things with them. That will be my relaxing time. And I can enjoy them fully, wholeheartedly, because I know the every other waking hour has been spent utilizing on growing me to the man that I know I can and should be. And 126 isn't just about being in better shape. It's about being the greatest version of yourself that is humanly possible. So yeah, phase 1, nearly in the bag, nearly completed. That was a good fucking start. Now it's time to double down. And it's time to document it even harder. It's time to share all that, because I think I will struggle with this. And I'm going to be open and honest with that. You know, there have been points of this that have been hard, but overall they are within my capacity and wheelhouse. I have never, and I mean never, completed something like this before. I don't know if this is within my capacity or my willpower. So therefore, I want to do it. I want to push myself to that limit to find out what I am truly, truly capable of. So phase 2 is going to push those limits. And then we'll see. We'll see if I am a man of my word, if I am a man who can actually go all in on myself and complete these things. To see what's actually humanly possible. To see who this man can be with zero excuses, with zero ways out, with just 100% focus on chasing greatness. Then when we start phase 3 next year, hopefully I'll be on such, not even hopefully, I'm gonna be on such an incredible level that I'll have to redefine it again. I'll have to create a new uncomfortable list. I'll have to create a new sacrifice list. Or maybe the sacrifice list will be the same. And I'll just have to reset goals. Re-up into the next level. But that's what this is about. There was a Joe Rogan quote that I loved the other day. It's being uncommon amongst uncommon men. I'm not even fucking close to that. But that's the goal. That's the ambition for this. And it took that kind of phrasing for me to really get it. But that is the goal. That is the focus. To be uncommon amongst uncommon men. That is where I'm aiming for. That is where I am heading, and that's what this is about. So I hope you'll tune in for that. I hope you will continue to watch this and sharing this journey. As I said, this isn't about preaching up on high. This is about being in the trenches with you, about sharing this experience and sharing as I go through this and I refine it and make it better and better. So, as always, standard platitudes. If you enjoyed this, if you found something of benefit of this, if you thought that there was something inspiring or something that's giggle worthy maybe, please share it. Help me spread the word. Like, comment, share, subscribe. I'm trying to create a movement here, a movement of greatness, to create the greatest men possible, the greatest versions of ourselves, best fathers, husbands, and men we can be. So please help me spread that word. And if you know someone who needs to hear this, send them to this. Send them this video so that they can be inspired as well. Next, if you're ready to take the next step, please join the Daily Greatness Mail. We will be launching our membership site soon. So if you want to be a part of that and the early release, please get onto the mailing list. Link is in the bio. Lastly, if you are ready to go all in, you want to be coached by yours truly on the 126 to Greatness program to see who you can truly become in 126 days. Message me directly. Let's burn the motherfucking boats. Let's cut away all the shit that doesn't serve you and see who you can truly be to become the man, the father, the husband you know you should be. Until then.